Or maybe in the middle you can see them. Sorry. Okay. So, very good morning. I'm going to share. Can you remember the topic?
Loving kindness meditation.
But today, what I'm going to share, little bit sharing. Yeah, because no, I have one, but yesterday they made a comment that they cannot hear my voice.
Do you know how many people are watching?
I know, yeah, now 8. Normally, yeah, up to 40, 50, like that, okay. I just want to share the Buddhist stance on world economic crisis. And then we can start doing meditation a little bit, okay? What happened to this? It's come down already. Okay, so let me, before we start, I just want to share few ideas or few theories in economics. I'm not an expert in economics, but yeah, we read. So hope you, and I think you are much more better than me in terms of economical management. So have you ever heard the word Great Depression happened in the United States?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are the reasons?
Drought. Wait, what did you say? What kind of depression?
Great Depression.
Oh, for the Great Depression.
The unemployment rate in U.S. during 1920, with the years of the Great Depression. Yeah.
Greed.
Huh?
Greed.
Greed.
Robber barons.
Greed.
Greed.
Robber barons. Yeah.
People take
when you want so much.
So much.
Yes. Rockefeller.
But what happened? What did Rockefeller do?
That's an example of greed.
Okay. So I just.
But he
And
was also a
speculation. It was
philanthropist.
greed. A lot of it was greed and speculation.
So okay.
Plus drought. Yeah, the drought.
What is the meaning of that?
No rain.
No rain.
Oh, no rain. No rain. Okay.
And erosion because of the way they cropped in
Oh.
the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In the
The
central part,
the
crops.
okay environmental crisis.
Environmental crisis.
Okay. Now you know. Now you know the reason, and we move to scarcity.
Yes.
You know scarcity. Yeah. So you can see here unlimited wants and limited resources. So it causes scarcity. Then you have to make choice what to produce and how to produce, for whom to produce. So when there is an imbalance between people need and the limited resources, you might go. It can become mismanagement, like you might overuse the resources. Or, for example, nowadays, to provide enough food to the world, that is why even China, they make many artificial food, or they use more chemical. That's why it is not healthy for the body. So because this is one reason. So I think you know that. Another one is anomaly resources allocation. Anomaly, yeah. What is the term?
What was the first word you said?
Anomaly. How to pronounce it?
An
Anomaly, yeah. Resources allocation.
Resource allocation.
Resource, yeah. no need
I
S.
don't even know what anomaly resource allocation means. I don't know what that means. How do you know what this means?
Resources allocation, like an
It's
anomaly mean like
Not
you
balanced.
not balance, you
Not
mismanage.
balanced.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so
Unbalanced.
Yeah,
Unbalanced.
Correct. You just unequal. You just distribute. You know, you don't distribute. I mean, where it should go. You know, where is the most needed place you should allocate
Yeah.
correctly.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
This anomaly resources allocation. And the budget mismanagement of the budget.
Budget.
Yeah, like
Budget.
you sometimes you spend more on defense. Sometimes you spend
Yes.
more, you spend less for education.
Yes.
Like, you know. And another reason, corruptions. Yeah. Another one is, I don't know either it's correct or not, like overconsumption.
Yes,
It's correct?
that's right.
Yeah.
Overconsumption.
Gluttony,
What is the term?
gluttony.
Oh, I cannot get.
That's okay. That's not a word we use much.
Really?
It's an old word.
Yeah, really.
What was the word?
Gluttony.
Gluttony.
Which is greed. Yes.
Using too much. You're right.
Yeah, using too much.
You're right.
Using too much. Okay, and then corruption, and my one is declines of spirituality. Like, yeah. Like people become more and more selfish. You know. Another one is, I use it wrong, selfish competition. Like when it comes to the economy, people like it's become a race, and they don't care their partner. They just want to win. They will do whatever they want to do.
Like your robber baron.
And like even my example is China. Like they don't care what happened to their partner or their, you know, they just want the money.
Yes.
So it's very harmful to everyone, even the environment, you know. Yeah. Okay. So, and we don't have much enough time. Let me explain you about. Have you ever know Bhutan? Have you ever heard Bhutan? Bhutan, yeah. Bhutan is a country.
National happiness.
Yes.
Gross national happiness.
They created a philosophy, yes, G and H, gross national happiness,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
versus GNP. GNP is gross national product. So when it comes to Buddhist philosophy, Buddha says we must have two eyes. Okay, we have. One is materialism eyes of materialism. Another one is eyes of spirituality.
What was the first one?
Materialism.
Materialism.
Materialism. The eyes of materialism, yeah. So it can be related to the GNP, gross national product. Like you need the goods, you know. You need the house, you need the cloth. It's okay. Buddhism said it's okay. You can have it. And in the same way, you need the eyes of spirituality. Yeah, to have to balance it. Buddha said one eye is not enough. You need two eyes to see things very more clearly. So when it comes to the economy, Buddha said you have to balance that. Let me tell you a story. It is from the West. They created a video. I think you have ever seen that. A daughter, when the father comes home, she asks, "How much are you paid for 1 hour?" And the father said, why I want to know that? No, I just want to know. 25 US dollar. The father is paid for 1 hour. And then, okay, it will be my birthday, day after tomorrow, so I need a gift. So can you give me 20 some money? He said, no need. I will give you later. Like that little bit argument, and the daughter went to her room and she's crying, and the father go approached to her and asked, why you need the money? I just want to buy your time for being with me. I will pay you 25 US dollar. So what I'm saying is, when we can't balance that two, you know, the eyes of spirituality and the eyes of materialism, life, you know, becomes stress. So this is one example. So in Buddhism, you have to balance that. Okay, so kindness, sharing, and that's all. Okay, and let me share. And when it comes to the Buddhist economy, we focus on 2 levels. One is individual level, another one is state level. Yeah, individual. Individual. Is clear? Yeah. Another one is, I don't know what happened today. State level. It's government. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Buddha also said that the poverty is the Great Depression. He said, the poverty is the greatest depression. Buddha said, poverty? Yeah. Yeah. Being poor? Yeah. It's the greatest depression. It means that, and in that discourse, Buddha explained, the one who is capable of well management of his wealth is to be praised or is to be complimented by the society or by everyone around him. Can you hear me?
Yes.
But little bit the sound, yeah? Yeah. Can you come closer? Okay. So, okay, I will speak louder. So what I'm saying, there are four, how to call it, they call it not dimension, there are 4
Levels?
Yeah, it can be levels, or there are 4 facts. Aspects, yeah, there are 4 aspects. When one's fulfill that 4 aspects, he become a great one. Okay, that he can become, he will be praised or he will be complimented by the society who can manage their wealth very well. Okay, so this is the way to manage the wealth. Buddha said, one is production. So there are 4 aspects. One is production. Okay, consumption. Yeah. Okay, distribution. And the 4th one is philosophy of consumption. So these are the 4 aspects of, we call it wealth management, yeah, or income management. Yeah. So, and I think you know what is production. It means that you have to earn money. You have to earn. And according to your job, wherever you do, if you're a teacher, yeah, you have to earn money by yourself. Then consumption, yeah, you know that you have to use that money for the sake of yourself, and if you have family, for the sake of the family. And then distribution, you know that. And if you remember Dr. Roger Walsh, he mentioned about the, what I forgot the term, therapeutic lifestyle changes. There is one distribution, social services. So here Buddha said, you learn to share. You learn to distribute to the one who is in need of your help. It can be your friend, it can be your relatives, it can be anyone. It can be poor people. You learn to distribute. Okay, the final one, philosophy of consumption. And because, as you told me, the Great Depression happened in the United States because of greediness, or and it's not happened in the United States everywhere. And the reason is, as I told you, one reason is overconsumption and greediness. So when it comes to the philosophy of consumption, let me say this quote and you will understand. I think you have ever heard that. The earth is big enough to satisfy the man's needs, not the man's greed. So you need a good philosophy, not just to eat, not just to have wherever you want. Or I mean, you need a philosophy that life is just not for eating or just not for entertaining. When you don't have that kind of philosophy, you will misuse your money, you will overuse your money, and you forget everyone around you. You need that philosophy. Why I do this? Why I buy the house? Why I buy the car? It is for my comfort or just to express others. Impress others. And that is a quote, I think you have heard that. I have the family to feed, not the world to impress. Like that is the philosophy. You need the philosophy for consumption. Otherwise, you will be in trouble. It becomes the mismanagement of your wealth. Okay? And you need to learn how to share, and you have that philosophy. And kinds of that, money is not everything, you need kinds of philosophy. Okay, it's clear. And again, in another discourse, I call it Vyaggapacha Sutta, Buddha said the same thing. One is, first you have to earn your money by your own effort, by your own effort. We call it in Pali Utthana Sampada. You have to earn the money by your own effort, by your own hands. So after earning, Buddha said, Arakka Sampada, you have to protect them. So at the time of the Buddha, you have different banking system. So protection here, you have to protect your wealth from the natural disasters. It can be, how to call fire? No, not fire. Fire. Sometimes blood. Flood. Sorry, flood. I don't know what happened. Flood. And sometimes it happened. Robbery. So Buddha said you have to deposit or keep your money in the bank. Safe. Keep your money safe. So it can be banking, it can be the safety box. And another way to keep your money is investment. And you have to know the way to manage. So the third one, Buddha said, Samajivikata, it means balance of your livelihood. You have to balance the income and expenditure. You have to balance it. It's clear? And if you overuse, like you are paid for 1,000 a month, if you use 2,000, what happens? You need a loan. That's why Buddha said you have to balance. So when it comes to balancing the income and expenditure, you need a philosophy. You need a philosophy of consumption. I need a car just to go to office. Okay. So normal car is enough. No need, Benz or, yeah. Or Benz, MBW, BMW, yeah. No.
That's a nice car.
Tesla.
Yeah.
You don't need a Lexus.
So that is the philosophy. You have to balance it. Okay, I want to go to office. Okay, my shirt or trousers, must not costly. Yes, only 50 US or 100. It's enough for me. No need 500 or 1,000 US shirt, because as I told you, I have a family to feed, not everyone to impress. That is the consumption of philosophy. You have to balance that. If you have, okay, I'm saying it's okay. If you are paid, 10,000 USD a month, okay, you can buy. It's okay. That is the balancing. It's clear.
Yes.
And Buddha said, wherever you earn, the money must be divided into 4 portions. Don't know what happened today. Maybe too heavy. It's come down. It's okay, yeah. Okay, 4. So the money must be divided into 4 portions. Yeah. And Buddha said 1 must be for consumption. Okay. Then 1 portion. Okay. 2 portions for wherever you do. Like if you are businessman, you have to keep that 2 portions. For if you are doing a job, you must keep these 2 portions for your job. Like using for petrol, your car, your shirt. You have to take your lunch there, breakfast. These 2 portions must be for that. It's clear. So the 4th one is, Buddha said, you must deposit it in the bank. It's clear. The 4th one, the 4th portion.
Okay.
It's clear, because wherever money you earn must be divided into 4 portions. 1 is for consumption. It means for electricity bill. For your family. It's clear. Yeah. And 2 portions, if you are a businessman, you have to keep for your business work. It's clear, like to run your business. Eh? And the 4th one.
What's the 3rd one?
No. 3.
Saving.
2 portions.
Yeah. It's about, yeah. The 4th one is for banking. And you know why Buddha said? Because you need them. Sometimes if you are sick, your family is sick, you need that money for that.
So that's like savings.
Correct, saving. You have to save your money. Correct. Or put in the bank. Or it's clear. So I talked yesterday that the young generation, they said, we never heard. Yeah, because you think that Buddhism just for religious purposes. That's why you.
I didn't know he was a mathematician.
Yeah. Buddha. 4 portions. Is clear?
You're saying equal portions or?
It can be. But for example, I can give you example. If you earn like for 100 a month, you have to divide them into 4 portions, like in 250 for each. It's clear? 250 for each. So you have to deposit 250 every month. If we follow the philosophy, but it can be like, as I told you, if you mismanage your wealth, if you overuse, you don't have money even for banking, but you have to loan from the bank.
But he did not say to save a portion for giving to others. Contribution.
This like the 4th one is for that. Yeah.
Savings.
Yeah, saving to help investment. You can help.
Helping others.
Yeah.
So it's for, I'm sorry, a rainy day for a number, like a bad something happens for the
Emergency.
family.
Yeah.
Okay, and then for when you share with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
community.
Sure.
Okay.
You help your relatives
Okay.
because you are not always get sick. You know.
That's the rainy day. Yes,
Okay.
rainy day.
I think that wouldn't translate.
And another discourse, Buddha said, just I briefly explained that earning is individual orientated, like orientation, like you have to earn by yourself. But when it comes to consumption, Buddha said must be shared. We call it I use the word society orientation, yeah, or society oriented consumption. You learn how to share. To share with your family, to share with your friends, to share with your relatives. But when it comes to earning, no one will help you to earn. You must earn by yourself. But when it comes to consumption, you might see it's like it teaches you not to be selfish. Like, you know, it is my money I have. It is only for me. So, you know that. So you learn how to share. Yeah. You know that is another one reason that to let people get divorced. You know.
We know that one.
Yeah. It is my money. I earn my money. You know.
Yeah, most of it.
Yeah. So that's why.
So say the four again. Consumption, using for running your business.
Yeah, one portion is for consumption. Second and third portions for whatever you do. Like if you are a teacher, you have to keep that money for that.
Oh, that's 2 and 3.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Two portions.
Oh, I see.
Because
Okay.
you know why? Because you need a job. You have to maintain your job. That's why, because that 1,000 is from your job. So you have to focus more on your job.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Because if you are in office, you have to go for your friend party, you know, and sometimes you have to help your friend. So it's for that, the 2 portions you keep for that. Okay, so let me finish. But the final one is, we call it fivefold. Fivefold in Pali, this is Bali. Bali means kinds of, I don't know, it's the English translation, but it's about how to use the money. You know, fivefold, or we can say fivefold aspects of using the money. Okay, 5 aspects. Okay, use the word like this. 5 aspects of using the money, using your money. Let me, and we can discuss the 4. Okay, here. First one is we call it. I will explain you. Okay, in Pali we call it Nyati Bali. It means wealth for relatives. Wealth for relatives. First one, like this is the way to manage your money. Wealth for relatives. It's clear.
Family.
Yeah. It means that sometimes your family come home and some festival you have to meet them. Like you have to share that wealth with them. Sometimes you have to spend because they come to visit you. You have to greet them. You have to to treat them well. So that money is for that purpose. Okay. And another one is Atiti Bali mean well for guests. Sometimes guests visit you or you meet. This is from the Pali. I do the direct translation. Atiti Bali mean well for guests. It's clear. Yeah.
So guests meaning people who come to visit you.
You visit your daughter, visit your friend, visit your anyone. The guest. Yeah, correct. Hospitality. Yeah. Money for hospitality. Yeah. Good, thank you. Yeah, and then another one, the third one is in Pali, Pubbapeta Bali. It means that you have to keep the money to do some good deeds to transfer the merits to your departed ones, like money for departed ones. Yeah, or wealth for departed ones. Okay?
Is that like the people who donate?
Correct. Like what they, like you do the merits, with the purpose of transferring merits to your departed ones. Like we can use the word money for gratitude, Okay. And the fourth one, Rajabali. Rajabali means here I use the word like the well for the state. It's mean what kinds of money?
Taxes.
Correct. Taxes.
We understand that.
Yes.
So you have to accept the tax. What to do? You have to pay the government. Okay. And the final one is, we call it Devata Bali. Here Buddhism translates as the money or the wealth for the divine beings. I will explain you. Okay. Here in Buddhism, but it's like whatever you do, good deeds, or it can be social services, it can be distribution or help the poor. So after doing that, by using that money, you have to transfer that merits to the divine beings, like sharing. So when it comes to share merits in Buddhism, you can share with your departed ones and you can share with the divine beings. Divine beings mean it can be God, it can be the goddess, it can be angel, anyone, simply who is in heaven. So you can understand that Buddhism doesn't believe in God, but believe there are gods. It's clear?
Higher beings.
Yeah, correct, higher beings.
So Buddhism does not believe in one God. They believe in
No.
higher beings.
This is the philosophy. Believing in God means like, I just explain the philosophy that you are dependent on God. That whatever you do is decided by the God. We don't have kinds of philosophy. We depend on ourselves. We are the one will decide our destiny. Okay? So that is doesn't believe in God. But according to this philosophy, we have to respect the higher beings. There are some higher beings. Expect in a sense in Buddhism doesn't, you are not supposed to pray or request or ask for something. In Buddhism, before you ask for something from the higher beings, you have to do something for them. That is the philosophy. What they need is happiness. And that happiness is derived from seeing you doing good deeds. It's clear. When you help your parents, when you are a good manager, when you are a good doctor, you help the clients or the patient out of compassion, when you are doing good deeds, the higher beings, divine beings will help you. This is the philosophy from this. Yeah.
So, for me, a divine being is Mother Earth,
Yeah.
taking care of the earth. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
possible?
Yeah, possible. According to Buddhist
We
philosophy,
take care of her.
yeah.
She takes
According to philosophy, there are, we call it God of tree. Some gods or divine beings living in the tree. Trees.
Trees.
Yeah. As you said, even the lake, some lake, yeah, they believe that. But the thing is, there are two kinds of divine beings when it comes to Buddhism. We call it wrong views and the right view divine beings. So, and in Christian philosophy, it can be angel and demon, So, to be honest, they are higher being, but they still have, yeah, wrong views, you know.
Do they have names?
Yeah, they have name, many names. When I study the scripture, yeah, they have their own management. They have their own government, you know. then when I watched the movie, like created by the West, like it's about the Christian gods, but when I see that up, and then when I compare with the Buddhist scripture about the heaven, the same. Like I mean, this is the way they manage. They have a head of the god, they have the secretary, you know, and in Buddhism, the head of the god is we call Sakra, and he is the head of the god, and like a president of the country. But the way they manage is not like us, because in Buddhism they are beings who need only mental food, you know, mental food, happiness. They need only happiness, so they can survive thousands of years without eating the organic food, or we call it how organic food, yeah,
Yes.
or how to call the food we eat, the food, just food, yeah,
Healthy.
yeah, healthy food. So what they need is just the mental food of mind.
Yeah.
That's the happiness. How they survive.
Would this be like saints?
Sorry.
Saints.
No, they can't be called saint. In Buddhism, saints are mostly spending their time on earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because they are the beings who sacrifice their own life for the sake of others. It's just the philosophy. It's clear?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the economical management of individual level. So when it comes to the government, yeah, there are many philosophy. Buddha said the king, at the time we use the king, you know, the king must be kind, must be compassionate, must distribute the wealth very well. Where should you distribute your money, where you should not use your money. And you need, and Buddha said one response of the king is charity work. It means that you need to help the poor. You need to help the needy ones. That's like Obama medical care, you know. It's a government responsibility, because everyone cannot afford, you know, the higher rates of medical care. So, and if someone want to do some business, you have to give them the opportunity, the loan, but in lower rate. This is Buddha said. This is the responsibility of a king. And many responsibility, no corruption. You have to be kind to, you have to be kind to the citizen, honest to the citizen. So all stuff is explained in Buddhism. Okay, so what is the time now?
Almost 8 o'clock. 5 minutes.
Okay.
Before 8.
Yeah. So any questions? Then we can move for meditation. I just briefly explain what is the Buddhist stance on world economic crisis. So it starts from us. So, okay. Yeah. Any
When I was in Bhutan, I just missed a conference where they had 40 universities around the world that presented papers, information about what really promotes human happiness. And two of the ones that I was told about is that in terms of money, that human happiness increases to a certain point where you have your needs met, and then it levels off, and then if you have too much money, your happiness goes down.
Yeah.
The only thing that was directly and continually correlated to human happiness was being able to be close to people that you love, family members and friends. So when the king of Bhutan was, most countries when they industrialize, they build lots of apartment buildings downtown. People can leave their villages and come live here to make money. And the king said, no, we're going to try instead to build a fast rail system so people can stay in their villages and just come to town for the day to work and go back home to their family.
Correct.
Yeah. So he really is
Really
a smart
great.
man and
Yeah.
very much an environmentalist.
Yeah. I also heard the talk of Bhutan.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
not heard that.
Really? I think you heard that, yeah?
No, I haven't.
TED Talk. You can type. Yeah.
Bhutan is a very good example.
What's his name?
I don't,
Okay.
You can type just
I
TED
don't
Talk,
know.
just Bhutan
Okay.
Prime Minister, and you can hear his talk.
That's good. I'd like to hear that.
So, I mean, we need different philosophy for the happiness of the beings in future. So simply, again, it's a philosophy from the West. Change the way you live. Therapeutic lifestyle changes. And we discussed that the heads of states,
G8.
GH,
G8, yeah.
GH, yes, must be taught the
Yes.
lifestyle, the therapeutic lifestyle changes.
Yes. Yeah, good,
They need a training.
good luck.
United
Yeah.
States most of all.
And yeah, everyone, even India, even Russia, even China, I mean Japan.
The big countries.
Yeah. Okay, so this is just want to share the philosophy, but if we cannot, let the government do the job, at least start from us, start from our own family. We can balance it, spirituality and materialism. Okay?
What does Buddha say when we think our government is not following those principles?
When the government doesn't follow the rules or do their job for the people, because Buddhism is peaceful religion, so there is no demonstration or protest or strike. So it is never mentioned in scripture, but let me explain you. But Buddha tried to change the way the king think. And yes, Buddha has stopped even the war. There is a big war between his clients and another client, and over the water. There is a big river in India, and it is a border of two two provinces or two states at that time. So they cannot share. They say it is me, it is ours, it is a big argument. And Buddha went there. Buddha said no. Buddha asked, is the water worthy? Yeah, worthy.
Yes.
Worthy.
Yes.
And when it comes to comparative, worthier. Yeah,
Yes.
worthier, more worthy. Yeah, more worthy than the human lives or not? They said no, human life is more worthy. Buddha said, so then stop fighting for the water. So you learn how to share. That is the philosophy. Okay.
In the peaceful cultures, when you are generous and you share,
Yeah.
you actually get more back
Correct.
because you feel good. It stimulates part of your brain that's
Correct.
a pleasure center.
Yeah.
So it's actually giving to yourself.
Yeah. Like you must reach by heart. That is the meaning. And let me say this. And what is the time I have to go?
It's almost 8. Yeah. It's
Okay,
8.
it's okay.
Okay. Bye-bye.
That's okay. I can spend a little bit more. Don't misunderstand and misinterpret that when it comes to the spiritual life and for the normal life like you, Buddha didn't allow you to earn the money. No, he allowed you to earn the money, but you have to use them in a correct way, not to let your spirituality decline or downfall. You have to balance that. That is the reason. Okay. Not, we can say, not become money-minded. Okay. So thank you, and I will teach in Phnom Penh today from 4 to 7, and I will come back tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you are here for a few days, so I have to come.
Will you come to our class?
No, I will come at night around, maybe I leave there 7, so maybe reaching here around 8 o'clock.
So we see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I'm sorry
So
because
you
I have the
keep
class.
coming back
Yeah,
for
yeah.
us.
Then yeah, to be honest,
sorry.
I am happy
Sorry,
to share.
I hear what
It's
you're
okay,
saying.
it's okay. To be honest, I'm happy to share
Otherwise
because
What
Stay.
time tomorrow?
same time morning
7?
7:30.
7:30.
Okay, better. Yeah, because
They were a little late with
Yeah.
serving
yeah.
breakfast today.
Because normally it is not late because they chant a lot.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, to impress the benefactors, they come to provide the food and other requisites. We have to bless them. We have to say a lot of stuff. This is the word.
It was very good today.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. And-
Excellent. Excellent breakfast.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got coffee.
really?
Mocha.
It's coffee.
So like different devotees, they have different kinds of food. So they manage them by themselves. So yesterday, okay, good, the food. Yesterday?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, really good.
yeah.
Yes.
They cook by themselves, I think. The family, the entire family.
I can't believe
Yeah.
anybody can cook that.
Okay, so enjoy your session here. Read the books, practice meditation in your room. And you can walk. Did you walk in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can walk. And there is a small lake.
Yeah, the
you
one
can
lake.
walk. You can really. You, yeah, many fish are there.
Jellyfish.
We saw people feeding.
Yeah.
They all fluff.
A lot. Because, yeah, please.
What time do we teach tonight? 7 or 7:30?
So when, what happened today?
Well, it's been 7:30, so.
They came late.
Yeah, they always come
No,
at 7.
they were there, some at 7.
But
Some at 7, yeah, some.
Uh-huh.
mostly they don't all get there by 7:30. So we just wait till
Uh-huh.
7:30.
7 is better.
I will. You can inform Wang
Okay,
because Wang is the coordinator.
okay.
Yeah. Sometimes they are villages boy before coming a monk, so it's a little bit harder to convince
on time.
convince them to study. It's
Yeah.
one thing, and I told you here is not that punctual.
Yeah, right. I know. It's like we don't go
Yeah.
by the clock.
They're very enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's a joy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah. They also ask me when the volunteers come again. I say they just come off and on, so you just come to the class off and on. Okay, so thank you. Enjoy your day here.
Thank you for coming
Welcome.
back and forth.
My
for
pleasure.
us.
My pleasure. Okay.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good day.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Have a smiling day.
Yes. Smiling day. I like that.